Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, it finally happened. The Weiss on Conklin Avenue has finally closed as of March 2nd. What I thought I would do is go up, give you guys a last look in the store before all the lights are off and it's closed up, and take you guys after that down Conklin Avenue to the end of it where it meets up with 434, just so you can get a look at the neighborhood. I think a lot of people who don't live here anymore would appreciate that. And, you know, what's going to become of this area? You know, are they going to have food options for fresh food, especially like fruits and vegetables? And I think that's a real concern for a lot of people. So, you know, where are they going to go? The Weiss on Robinson Street is still open, but not everybody may be able to access that location, especially if your mobility is limited or you don't have reliable transportation. So, yeah, let's go take a look at that. And then, like I said, I'll give you guys a ride down Conklin Avenue. And be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a thumbs up. Huge thank you to all the Patreon members and YouTube members. If you want to join them, links are always down in the description. I'd really appreciate it. And let's go look. So this Weiss does not have a ton of other stuff attached to it like some of the others do. The one on Robinson Street, for example, they have a lot of convenience type options like a Chinese takeout place, a liquor store, and things like that. This one does not have that sort of stuff attached to it, other than apparently a Visions credit union, at least an ATM, which I didn't even remember existed over here. But yeah, let's take a last look inside the store. They got the notice up here, attention customers, this store will close March 2nd, 2024. And yeah, so you can go to the Weiss on Robinson or the one on Pennsylvania Avenue. But again, if your mobility is limited or your transportation needs are challenging, that may not be an option for you. And this side of town, I don't think it has the highest of incomes per se. So, you know, that this could pose a big challenge. So over there you got the deli fresh area with the produce and the bakery, and that's all closed up. Looks like they still have the cash registers in place over here, so you know, who knows, maybe they'll sell this off and it'll become useful for something else, or perhaps a community option could emerge like Greater Good Grocery over on the north side of town. But for now, this is it. This is what's here. It's all closed off. The shelves are all empty already. Looks like they actually have started removing the cash registers and things like that. I see a former Hallmark section over there. Here's the area in which the front counter used to be, where you get your refunds and I'm sure lotto tickets and things like that. In the back over there, you can see the meat section. So that's about all we're going to be able to see from the front here. There's still a surprising amount of cars in the parking lot, given the fact that this isn't in operation anymore. And perhaps if you live in the area, at least some foods could be met at the Apple food store across the street there. I mean, certainly not for produce or anything like that. But, you know, some basic things like chips and drinks and that kind of stuff. So there's a look in the lobby area. So who knows what the future holds for this property, but I certainly hope it's some sort of grocery option, because the community could really use that. And even though this location didn't work for Weiss, maybe it can work for something smaller, like I mentioned, like the Greater Good Grocery type of setup. So yeah, there's your look at the Weiss, and now what I'll do is I'll take you guys down Conklin Avenue so you can see the neighborhood for those who moved away or don't live here anymore. But yeah, let's go do that, and we'll get going. All right, so we are pulling out of the Weiss parking lot on Conklin Avenue now. And so going back to the video, or going back to what we were saying earlier in the video, Conklin Avenue, a lot of people are worried this is going to turn into a food desert now, where access to fresh fruits and vegetables and things like that becomes difficult, if not impossible, for some people. So we'll take a ride down Conklin Avenue, and we'll keep our eye out for any potential alternative place for people to get groceries, although I'm sure there isn't any. But also, I thought this would be good for people who don't live here anymore, who just want to look at the neighborhood and see what it looks like here in March of 2024. Now, one place that you could at least have eaten at the past would be the Subway up here on the left. This is the corner of Conklin Avenue and Tompkins Street. But that Subway, like many in the area, has closed recently, somewhat recently. I think it was within the last year or two. So that, that could have been an alternative. Got another plaza coming up here on the right in a few minutes, right next to CK's car wash. And I don't know if there's anything grocery related in that plaza. I don't think there is. You got Rite Aid, so at least you got some medical related stuff available on this side of town. And then, of course, you've got the relief pitcher, Tioga State Bank. So you got your banking needs covered if you live over here. And by the way, we made a right-hand turn towards the city of Binghamton, downtown, out of the parking lot. If you go to the left, there isn't much either, just mostly residential. You got another Moravito here on the left. CJ's Good Time Bar and Grill now open. I don't know that I've ever been in there, even when it was called, I think it used to be called something else. This lot immediately on our right used to be an apartment complex that had a pretty horrific fire 2 or 3 years ago at this point. And you've got Crawley, the old Crawley plant straight ahead that's being converted into lofts. Although, I gotta say, I don't see a ton of progress on it. That doesn't mean there hasn't been, but from the outside, I don't see a lot of changes. I don't even see like a construction crew nearby either. So I wonder, I wonder what's going on with this thing. Just seems to be kind of sitting at the moment. If you know anything about the progress of the Crawley Lofts project, let me know in the comments. You got the Park Avenue Diner over here on the left, or right. And then the bridge over here into downtown. The Exchange Street Bridge. I like the very old historic look of it. Reminds me of the Vestal Avenue Bridge in Endicott a little bit. But yeah, nowhere on this side of town to get groceries, at least not that we've seen. Maybe there'll be some place coming up down the road here. I think there's just more restaurants as you get closer to 434 over here. So in a minute, we're going to be going under 434. You got the D. Munn Funeral Home and Serve Pro. But so far, nowhere really to buy groceries if you're needing to do that. Now, one place, I'll make a left turn here so that we don't go immediately onto the parkway. One place you could get groceries, if you keep going straight up the road here and you make a right, you're going to be at another Weiss. So while there's nowhere close on that side of town, you're not that far away from another option. But again, for people with limited mobility or no mobility, or who don't have access to reasonable transportation means or costs, this could be too far, It could be a problem. I could see how that could challenge some people. But yeah, right here, what street is it on? Right here on Park Avenue, not Park Avenue, I'm sorry. Right up Pennsylvania Avenue, you've got another Weiss right off there in the distance. So if you made a left at this traffic light in about half a block, you'll be at another Weiss that also has a CVS inside of it. So you're not doing too bad in terms of other options, but they're not in the immediate Conklin Avenue neighborhood. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.